What happened? So Newcastle 0, Arsenal 2. And that was probably a really good game for the op-alongs, the ops that were doing their watch-alongs. Big up Expressions and Sage. Yeah, I see you. Don't think I didn't see you doing your op-alongs. Yeah, hopefully you're both in tears. Hopefully you're both upset. 1 point off City. Still in a title race. Still in a title race, even though it's a slim chance and they have a game in hand. But big up to everybody who watched the watch-along, man. Not the op-along, the watch-along. Big up to everybody who's smashed the like button on this video. If you haven't, do it now. Make sure you subscribe to Lee Reacts. We're over 10K on that channel. Link in description. And yeah, it's that game. Heart attack settings in the first 10 minutes because they hit the post after about 2 minutes. They then got a penalty after 10 minutes, which was rightly overturned, by the way. That wasn't a penalty, regardless of whether it bounced off his leg or not, off his knee. Even if that had hit his arm without hitting his knee, never in a million years that a penalty. He's trying to move his arm out the way. Yeah, so for me, that was never a pen. Martin Odegaard, after last year capitulating up there, turned up today for 60 minutes anyway. And for me, was superb. Dictated the play, he was bouncing around, he was passing, he was crossing. Yeah, the shot. Yeah, I don't think it was the hardest shot you'll ever see, but the one thing it did do was have precision. Precision. Yeah, he caught it so sweet. And 1-0. We're coasting. We're like, yo, boom. All of a sudden, after about 5 minutes of coasting, Joe Willock, straight down the other end, our former player. Great save from Ramsdale. Callum Wilson, another good save, swiping it away from Callum Wilson. Yeah, and it was like, boy, I swear, like that game in the first half, there was a little bit of spice at the end. You know, we had a couple of good chances. Saka had a chance. Gabriel Jesus, Martinelli, you know, Odegaard holding the ball a little bit too long at times. But all in all, that first half, we went in, we were coasting, we were chilling, happy days. But it was never really put to bed. And listen, we've had, Liverpool at Anfield 2-0 up, not won the game. Yeah, this was 1-0 up at half-time. And then they came out, they started quick. Joe Willock again, instrumental. Isak. Yeah, Isak showed levels today, by the way. Yeah, big up to him. Yeah, big up to him. He showed levels today. You know, Jacob Murphy as well. You know, I know he got hooked in the end. Joe Linton. But it had a bit of spice, that game. And it was almost like a throwback to when they had Asprilla and Ginola and Nobby Solano and Shearer. There was a little bit of spice. I don't know why. Maybe that's because we're second and third in the league. I don't know. Yeah, and they're showing a bit of passion in front of their home crowd. Big up all the Arsenal fans that travelled to that game, by the way. I've been there. And I am up in the gods when I've been there. So big up to all the Gooners that have had to walk 18 flights of stairs in that stadium to get to the upper tier. Yeah, after doing a couple of beers in the pub, if beer's your thing. If not, it's still a long way up them flights of stairs. And the players look like ants running around on the pitch. Yeah, big up all the travelling fans, man. It's a mission getting back home as well. Yeah, big up to everyone who's been there today. But listen, all in all, we showed character today. Yeah, more so than the game against Chelsea the other day. Because for me, that Chelsea game, everyone was saying it was a statement. Oh, we made a statement. We didn't. They're crap. They're absolutely rubbish this season, Chelsea. And we put them to the sword inside 30 minutes. They were rubbish. 3-0 up coasting against Chelsea. Today was a dogfight. Yeah, and on another day, yeah, they could have scored 3 or 4 goals against us. Let's just have that right. On another day, we could have scored 3, 4, 5, 6 against them. We hit the crossbar with Martinelli. You know, the goalkeeper made some good saves today. Ramsdale made some good saves today. But ultimately, we're still very wide open in defence at times on a transition of play, a counter-attack. As soon as that ball gets flipped over, within one pass, 3-on-3, 5-on-5, 4-on-4, 2-on-2. Kind of crazy, I can't lie. Yeah, and listen, like, we're not going to win the league. As much as I'm going to sit here and try and hope and pray and like whatever. Man City are not losing another game. They're going to win all of their games. Let's just put that out there. We can hope and pray, which is why I'm glad with that performance today. Because the performance against Chelsea, I expected anyway. We've got a good record against Chelsea recently. Yeah, and we should be beating Chelsea. Everyone's beaten Chelsea. Literally everyone has beaten Chelsea this season. But we still have to beat them. And I was peed off that we conceded against Chelsea the other day. To go to St. James's Park and get a clean sheet and win 2-0. Jorginho, I thought, was decent today, like super good. Controlled the midfield, got overrun a few times that midfield. Granit Xhaka, though, yeah, I wanted him hooked at half time. Shows how much I know. Yeah, last ditch tackle in the second half, stopping a goal. Yeah, like then he's putting his body on the line here, there, and everywhere. The only reason I wanted him off in the first half at the end of the half, because I thought his head had gone. Yeah, but the one thing I will say, big up to everyone. Gabriel Jesus grabbed hold of him. I think Tierney grabbed hold of him at one point off the bench, like at halftime. It was like, yo, calm yourself down. Yeah. And for me, Granit Xhaka, in the end, was very close to being my man of the match. But you have to give Ramsdale props. Ben White as well made some good last-ditch tackles in the end. I put Isak off. He hit the post. They hit the post twice. So that game had everything. If you're a neutral fan watching that, yeah, and you're watching that game today, that game was a really good 2-0. But it probably could have been on another day, 5-4, 5-3, 6-2, 7-1, whatever. Like, it was mad. So much action packed into that, you know, and penalty not, and then not given, and it was given, then not given. Hit the post, we hit the bar, they hit the post again. Like, there was a lot of action, some feisty tackles in that game as well. Like the one on Jesus from Shah. Yeah, and ultimately it was Shah that ended the game because Martinelli, my left back, by the way. Yeah, and I know you lot, I'm going to whisper it. I know you lot don't like my left back because you think he's always injured, yeah? Cool. Go and have a look at his injury record since he's been at Arsenal. Then go and have a look at it since Tomiyasu's been here, and then since Partey's been here. He's been less injured, I'll whisper it. He's been less injured since Partey's arrived than Thomas Partey. Do we want Thomas Partey to leave? No, we don't. We don't, do we? So why do we want Kieran Tierney to leave? The guy showed absolute levels when he came on today. Zinchenko doing up faceplant on the floor. Faceplant in the penalty spot. Like, what's that all about? My fucking left back. My left back. Put some respect on Kieran Tierney's name. My left back. That guy is so underappreciated, so undervalued. And you know what? Just because he don't invert, yeah, that guy was the reason we scored that second goal, by the way, because he jumped in, nicked the ball, had the vision to pass it into Jesus because he could see Martinelli was already on his bike. Jesus round the corner, bang. Yeah, big up Kieran Tierney, man. I hope that guy stays, but listen, I don't think he is. Yeah, but there was some good performers out there today. I thought Kivior was superb again today, by the way. Yeah, I've seen him play 2 full games. Superb. Superb. Which bodes the question, why did he not play him? Why was he playing Rob Holding? Jorginho, superb. Why was you not playing him? Thomas Partey on the bench today. Did we miss him? In probably the hardest away game we're going to have all season, by the way, apart from Manchester City. They got the best defence in the league. So the last time they lost there was to Liverpool in 2022. We're the only team to beat them at their ground since Liverpool at the start of the season. And by the way, Liverpool done them in stoppage time, I think, from some dubious penalty or whatever it was. We're the first team to go there and actually beat them since the start of the season. They've only lost 2 home games all season. Best defence in the league. We could have bagged 7 today. Yeah, Trossard coming off the bench. Why is he not starting? Like, these decisions are the reason we've not won the league. They are. But listen, we might still win the league. We can hope and pray that Brentford and Brighton and Everton can do us a favour. But ultimately, even if we win our 3 games against Brighton, Notts Forest and Wolves, we finish on 90 points. I expect this lot to get more than 90 points. They set the benchmark many, many years ago. They got an elite manager. Yeah, people can talk about their 2 squads all they like. If we had beaten Liverpool when we should have beaten them 2-0 up, beaten West Ham when we were 2-0 up, should have beaten them instead of drawing, smashing Southampton instead of drawing 3-3, ultimately, we would have won the league. But it is what it is. It's a learning curve. We're ahead of schedule. We're in phase 3. Ian Wright's looking forward to the next phase. Yeah, good one. The next phase is bidding that inverted fullback that we have because, again, today, please, can we just appreciate what we have in this Tierney? This Tierney is a baller. And you know what? If I'm his agent and I'm him, I'm getting him out. Yeah, now I don't want to turn this into a Tierney love fest. You know I love Kieran Tierney, best left back on the planet. But certain decisions across this season have cost us not winning the title. Jorginho not coming on at Anfield instead of Kivior coming on. Playing a high line at Old Trafford, getting 1-1, Saka equalising, and then still playing a high line, no subs. Trossard, player of the month for March, don't see him at all in April. Weird. Yeah, Kieran Tierney sitting on the bench when it really matters, when you know the guy's won a treble. He's won 14 trophies in his career. You're sitting him on the bench for an inverted fullback that can't defend. Weird decisions, man. Bukayo Saka staying on the pitch for as long as he does. When you've got Reece, yeah, when you've got Jesus who can play right, you can play Trossard right. Ultimately, these decisions come back to bite us. And listen, it's going to be all in vain. We can live in hope the Man City drop points to Everton. Not happening. Brighton, way Brighton play, City will probably batter them. Brentford, I know they've done them at the Etihad. Probably not. They're on the beach. So it is what it is. It's very disappointing. Too little, too late. The fish is having mouth to mouth at the minute. The big blue shark has gobbled it up, spat it back out, and it's currently having mouth to mouth. That little stickleback is getting mouth to mouth as we speak. But listen, make sure you check out Matty's fan cam. He's next. Make sure you check out Kenny's fan cam. He'll be after. Jez straight after that. And then Strasbourg Steve, Newcastle fan coming on as well. Make sure you check out all of that. Player ratings will be out later this evening as well. Adios, amigos. Arteta fuera.